What percentage do you think that has a college degree? So some of you are saying 35, 50%. Most are dropouts, okay. 40%, 50, 90, 60%. Well, I have to tell all of you that most of you are incorrect, and the correct percentage is 95% of founders surveyed that they have earned a bachelor's degree or higher, and 47% have a more advanced degree, so like masters or even PhDs. So there is it, 95%. And finally, one of the last questions is, what percentage of startups fail? And you have 90%, 90%, and then 10% succeed. Come from EMMIE. Of course we do, yes. Less than 80%, 50%, 98%, and for tech is 95%. Well, in this one you were closer to the correct answer, and the correct answer according to Forbes is that 90% of the startups fail during the first year. So do we have some shocking news or not? Okay, so now we're going to introduce our committee members.
Thanks, Hilary. So now we're happy to introduce ourselves. So maybe I'll start from me. My name is Oima Bomirden. I'm from Mongolia, and I'm one of the first EMMIE cohort. So I graduated almost half a year ago, and happy to be here. And I hope this session is gonna be interactive and informative as possible. So I will give the door to Effie.
Hello everyone, my name is Effie. I am from Kenya. I am part of EMMIE's Cohort 2 program. I graduated around 6 months around 6 or so months ago, and I'm really glad to be part of this program today. And I will give the floor to Arome.
Bonjour everyone, good morning over here. My name is Arome Ibrahim. I'm from Nigeria and also part of the first cohort of the EMMIE program. It was an amazing journey, 18 months of impact, of learning and of growth, and I'm super glad to be here. I'll pass it on to Carla to share her introduction.
Hello, I am Carla Davila. I come from Mexico City. I am of cohort 2 of EMMIE, and I am the founder of Marketing 8P, an agency that is looking to transform how marketing works for purpose-driven brands and communities. Welcome. And I am the last one, or there is someone missing. I know.
Yeah, it seems that I'm the last one, that I didn't introduce myself at the beginning. And I'm Hilary Arismendi. I come from Mexico. I'm also from cohort 1. And yes, I'm the co-founder of a language school in Mexico. And I also co-collaborate with a family business. So now each of us is gonna share what does success mean to us. So Arome, what does success mean to you? And meanwhile, the audience also can also write in the chat what does success mean to all of you.
So for me, I feel success is not just about me, but seeing others being better at what they do, right? So it's more or less collaborative efforts to attaining each individual goals, right? So everybody being happy, everybody acing at what they are doing and achieving their dreams. I feel that's success for me.
I will go next. For me, success was a very difficult topic to define, but after reflecting upon it, I think it's a very powerful state of mind that comes when you feel you are aligned with your life purpose, and it is like a force that keeps you moving forward towards your goals and helps at least me to stay strong even when the path seems very risky and uncertain. That is a personal success, but also I believe there's the collective success, that it's when everybody gives their best and the outcome makes sense to the group, also to the purpose of the group. That would be my definition. I want to know what success means for Effie.
Well, it's also been an interesting thing to define, and it keeps evolving. But for me, I think success is two things. I am the founder of a women-run enterprise. I work in women empowerment, but I also work in creating craft and selling craft, mostly in the fashion and in the home space. And success for me originally meant being able to pay the women better that they're being paid in our local ecosystems. But also as an entrepreneur, that's as a brand, but as an entrepreneur, success means converting each idea that I have into actual revenue. So I know that's very very business-like, but I think the last 1.5 years of operations have taught me that it's great to have ideas, but if you could not convert those ideas to revenue, you could not convert it into cash, then I can't empower women with just ideas. We have to convert ideas into actual revenue. So that's how I define success right now. But yeah. And maybe Oyuma can also tell us how she defines success.
Yes, thank you. Just to be sure, success to me, I mean, it can be lots of different things, but for me, I would say it's rather a bit of journey, the total, the sum, the combination of everything that I achieved, I failed, I learned along the way to achieve certain type of objective in my life.
Okay, so now we're gonna read also some of the comments that you have sent. For some of you, success mean wait a moment. It's humans are insatiable. Definition of success is always changing and evolving. But success for me right now means helping businesses improve their numbers and market share. Yes, okay. And then someone else is, Daniela is saying that is being helped emotionally, physically, and mentally while doing what you like the most about is like working towards making education more accessible. Yeah, very nice. So most of us agree that it is doing something that we love and to share it with others. So now we're gonna continue, and I'm also gonna share what success means to me in the following slides. So the main topic of today, as we have said before, is how to succeed and positively impact the world. Well, can you go one before, Oyuma, please? Sorry. So when we were deciding to the topic of this chat, I was kind of really struggling on how to define success, as Carla was saying, because lately I haven't feel that I'm succeeding that much. And recently, my English school had to close one of the most successful programs that we had after 13 years, and also. So I'm also searching at the moment a new job, and even in my personal life, there are some challenges. So it was difficult for me to define this word. And I also saw that many people around me were facing the similar situation. Oyuma? So I asked myself, how can I talk about success when I feel surrounded by failures, no? And maybe many of you would also feel like this, no? That maybe, am I really succeeding or am I just failing? Because sometimes we just see the bad part and we just feel that we are failing and failing over and over again. But then I decided to also flip the question, and instead of focusing on failures, I started to look more into small wins. So, Oyuma. And I think that also small wins that we make every day can mean success for me. And I also believe that this type of mindset applies to entrepreneurship. Yeah, because the purpose of a startup is to make the world better, and yet we have seen that 90% of them fail. As here that says for us that 90% of startups fail. So how to secure your place in this 10%? So isn't it discouraging to read that 90% are failing? So the question was like, will I be able to be in that 10% that will succeed? And the truth is that we mostly listen more to reasons of failure than reasons of success. And even yesterday, I was reflecting on failure and success in personal life. And I mentioned that people often expect the worst. But I still choose to resist to that mindset. And I was asking, do we really have to expect the worst, or do we have to expect the best? Because as we said, like just 90% that are failing. Oyuma? So I found this verse that is very nice. When feeling that we are just failing, that it says, we must not get tired in doing good. We will receive our harvest at the right time, and we must not give up. So yes, because sometimes we feel that our actions are not really leading to where we have to go. But if we continue doing the good thing, then suddenly or mainly in a certain moment, we will receive the harvest. Sometimes it might not be super big, but as we have said, like sometimes the reward is not in monetary meanings, but it can also be in other ways. Oyuma? So this chat was mainly based in this video of Bill Roth, that is an important banker in the US, and in this video of the single biggest reason why startups succeed. And he identified 5 key factors that lead startups to success. And his 5 key factors are time, team, idea, business model, and funding. And I won't repeat what he was saying in his video, but which was also quite interesting, and I also recommend. But what I want to emphasize here is how which qualities do we need to make this successful? Because yes, he was saying, like, for example, in Airbnb, it was important to know at what time the project should be launched. Or in Uber was the same, like if it was before, it wouldn't work because the technology was not there. And he was giving many examples related to this, but I believe that there is a deeper way of seeing this part. So, Oyuma? So I believe that every entrepreneur should need some patience to recognize that time matters. It's not just recognizing the time in the world when it has to happen something, but also we have to recognize that some things grow step by step. Then I also believe that we need humbleness and unity to build a team.
Nanti kalau
It's not
ketemu caranya
easy.
baru. Tapi kalau ada cara lain.
Yes, it's not easy to build a team, and we have to trust in the team. We also have to be humble to know that we cannot succeed alone. That and also we need unity to work in not only internally but also externally as a team. And what do I mean by the externally working? To work with institutions, to work with policymakers, and to also work with partners. Then the next point was related to ideas. And I am sure that we all need wisdom and intelligence to turn gaps into ideas, to see the gaps that the world has, to shape them into the powerful ideas that we might have. And another important thing that we need is compassion. Compassion to create business models that give more than what they take. Because sometimes, as we said, we're just focusing on profit, but we should also focus in what is important at the moment. We are in a generation that our world needs way more than just profit and profit. We also have to start caring for people, for planet, and also for prosperity. And one of the last one would be generosity. And generosity, which means generosity in funding, because it's not only about raising money, but also using this money responsibly to create value. That the money doesn't only benefit ourselves, but benefit more people. Are you, ma'am? And above all, I also believe that we need some trust in God. Maybe some people will call it a supreme power or someone else, but I call it God. And that we need to trust in God to keep moving forward when the path gets difficult, because it will get difficult. When being an entrepreneur, there are many ups and downs, and we need to trust in ourselves. We need to trust in our team. We need to trust in our idea and to do our best effort to make it work. Yeah, so I believe, no, there was one previously or not? So yes, so these are not just business principles. I believe that they are also life principles that will help us to succeed in every project that we have. Entrepreneurship is not only about creating companies, but also building impact, community, and creating purpose. So we should use these qualities to create success with businesses that do good, that inspire, that change, and that bring love and impact to our generation. Yes. So with these thoughts, we're going to move to the breakout sessions and with some rules that we're going to have through these sessions. Carla?
Thank you, Hilary. I really enjoyed your talk because it's a mix between like you can say what the books say, what theory has found out, but also what you have experienced and your moment of life. So I think it's very valuable for all, and I really, really appreciate it. So to get this going and to have like a fun for the next part of our event, I would like everybody to like stand up a little bit or like to move around, shake your body, like relax your hands, because I know that it's quite stressing to be all the time in front of a screen. So let's do it. And once that you feel a little bit more relaxed, I want everybody to inhale with me and exhale deeply. Okay, and I invite you to be with me. So what will happen now is that we will have a 30-minute breakout session. We will open 5 different breakout rooms, with each one of our topics. So team, timing, funding, business model, and idea. And you will be assigned randomly, okay? So you will have a surprise And there will be waiting our guests and speakers that have prepared something special for you to discuss and explore the topic, and then you will be able to share your own ideas, your own thoughts about the topic, and everybody can wrap up with a common reflection, or like you can do like write the highlights of what you have taken. And when the breakout room is over, we will ask everybody to go back to the main hall, this hall, and we will ask 2 volunteers of each breakout room to share your insights and what you took out from the breakout sessions, okay? So if this is clear, we will start opening the breakout rooms, and I hope to see everybody back after 30 minutes. They will start opening soon. Meanwhile, we can do more breathing and exhaling. Very useful for health. Somebody was saying that success is related to health. I agree. So that's important to keep healthy while being an entrepreneur, right? I believe.
Guys, I think now the breakout rooms are open, so you can choose where do you want to go. And I already put the timer for 30 minutes, so we will back to the main session after half an hour.
Oh, okay, so we can choose.
Yes, I think it should appear on your screen already. I'm going to my session.
Sorry, for the ones that haven't found out how to go to the breakout rooms, there is an icon on the bottom of the screen that says breakout rooms, or there are also 3 points that say more, and there you can click and then you can choose.
Do we need to leave this room, or is it the main one?
I think we are in the main one.
Oh yeah.
We are back. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Carla.
Hello.
Oh, we're still admitting people. There are some travelers in
Yes.
the session.
And how was it? I feel like we had very little time allocated, and we just finished in the middle of conversations, and speakers were very passionate, and there were some questions to address. And yes, as always, we don't have that much time for everything.
It's a good starting point for the next EMMIE Day.
Okay, so sharing and highlights. Unfortunately, I was not in every breakout room, but I would like from every breakout room to just have one representative to just share some of the highlights or some of that, and then we could have a merged experience on what we all learned and what we all took. So maybe we could start with somebody from the idea room, and then somebody else from the timing room will follow in that order. And then from that, we'll have somebody from the business model, somebody from the team room, and finally somebody from the funding room. So do we have any volunteers from the idea room?
Yeah, absolutely. I can go ahead and give my take on what happened in the idea room. But before I give my opinion, I would like to ask if there's any of the listeners that were with us in the idea that would like to take the stage, because it was a really, really good conversation. So I'm just wondering if someone would like, but if not, I can go ahead and share myself. Oh, okay. We have someone. Perfect.
Wonderful. Thank you, Isa.
Hey everyone. Yeah, so I just want to add one thing that really, gave me a thought about working again on my idea that actually failed last year. That was let failure change the model, because that's one way of going about it and giving it another chance and taking another view of it and kind of start working on it again. So I just wanted to add that one point to it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think something as well that we were able to touch base in the idea room, it was I tried to make a change of focus into switching the coin and thinking about what a good idea is not, rather than talking about what a good idea is. So essentially, we just touch base on thinking about that a good idea shouldn't be something that, of course, it's not going to be something that is going to fall out of the sky. You have to make sure that you target the real problem and find something that is going to be adapted to the people that you want to help. And mainly something that I want to mention that I think it's very important, and I feel that that is a mistake that we make as entrepreneurs, uh, early stages. At least it happened for me. I was trying to find the next AI SaaS B2B model, like the best thing that sounded fancy, you know? And at the end of the day, it's not about finding something that sounds fancy. It's rather something that it's actually going to support and help the people that you're trying to help. So I would say that that's the main takeaway from our room.
Thank you very much, Daniela. That was very inspiring to hear that ideas don't necessarily have to be fancy, but they do have to be focused on a problem. Do we have somebody from the timing room? Any member of the audience that could volunteer? If not, Carla, you will have to do it.
Yeah, I saw Valerie was commenting, and some more people taking notes. Would you like to open your? Asel was also very participative. Would you like to unmute and share your thoughts of what you took out from the breakout session?
I would like to.
Okay, thank you, Asel.
Yeah, first of all, I just wanted to thank Carla, and sorry, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, Erta, right? Yeah, and it was really inspiring to hear the real moments that you guys experienced with timing and how you overcome it and how it was successful and not. It really showed me that timing is really important, because before I thought that more innovative ideas and like the team itself is more important. But if you don't have the right timing, I understood that nothing is going to happen. And I thought that timing is something that you can't catch on, but you can predict by seeing how other people are reacting to different changes, and just forecast what type of things can be needed in the future and put it into your entrepreneurial idea. That's the main idea that I took from our breakout room. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Asel. I also don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but that's very insightful. I think a lot of the times we think that timing is just happenstance, but you guys reached the conclusion that it is predictable. There are indicators, and that's a very wonderful, wonderful reminder. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask somebody from the business modeling team to probably share, preferably somebody that was in the audience. If not, Oyuma could be the one to share. But okay, there's a volunteer. Labi, please to go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone. The moment was quite insightful, but very, very short. Again, very, very short. Something I learned was that outside the validation of your business model, which is oftentimes important for businesses, especially startups, one thing you should consider is the value and purpose of your idea or your model. How does it change lives around you, and how does it impact those around you? And specifically, what I really wanted to hear, or like I said, very short, we're caught up from that moment, which I have to go research on, is about the TRL and CRL of working on your business models. And I'm hoping that I could connect with Sana over time and have more information about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I like that you guys tried to reconnect the idea of not just a business model that's perfect on paper, but one that could be translated into impact. And I think that's where the rubber really meets the road, because most of the time intention doesn't always match the outcome. So that's really insightful. Thank you so much for sharing. So now, from my own session, I really hope there's somebody from the audience that could share with us what we did discuss in the team room. Any audience volunteers? Okay.
There must be someone there. There must be someone.
Yeah, but I don't want to call out anyone's name. So maybe I will just be the one to give you a very brief summary on what we discussed if we don't have a volunteer. And in the team room, we basically looked at the specific times to consider getting a team. One of our core statements was that you don't want to build alone what you could build with others or what others could help you build. We looked at factors such as when is the proper time to get a team, what should you consider, and one of the crucial and most best takeaways for me is people that are aligned with your mission and vision are always crucial. So I won't say so much about it, but it was really wonderful listening to our speakers, sharing the experiences, mistakes they've done, lessons they've learned, but it all boils down to an alignment in mission and vision will always be crucial in team. And it's not just about people that fit with you vibe wise, it's also people that can do the job. So the balance between do we vibe and can we get the job done together is also very crucial. Last and not least, I will ask for a volunteer from the funding team, from the funding breakout room to share in summary something that they did learn from the breakout session.
Hello.
Hello, Abbas.
Hello. Good day. I'm Abbas from Nigeria. The conversation was truly rich and it was definitely enriching. Sarah shared insight and experiences around funding. One key summary for me is that priority, positioning, and alignment are very important for anybody that wants to secure that kind of funding that can be the catalyst to achieving our dreams. Not all funding is good, and that's why alignment is important. She shared a thought-provoking insight around forming team based on alignment and priority, rather than just feeling like you can work with your friend or you can work with anyone in your circle. Yeah, it was definitely a great conversation, and yeah, that's the summary from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Abbas, for that brief summary. And I would just like to add to that for me, from my experience, I have understood that funding should not be all about just fitting yourself into every situation and every grant proposal, because just as much as you put time and energy in choosing the right partners, you should put the time and energy in choosing the right investors as well. And I think that is going to take you a lot further than being ended up with the wrong people who are not going to believe in you and just going to push you and pressurize you into producing results that that doesn't align with what you value and what is your vision in the long term as well.
Wonderful. Thank you, Abbas. And thank you so much, Sarah. That's very, very crucial and important. I think most of the times, especially during the early stages of impact entrepreneurship, it is easy to want and get money from anyone that's willing to give you money. As long as they're willing to give you money, you say, yes, I will take your money. But when you bring out the ideas of alignment and also prioritizing, and which is also a question of, did you do your due diligence? How aligned are we, not just in business, but also in values and in shared purpose and in direction? I think that's very, very important. And Sarah Bernard will be very, very happy to take you through the courses of financial management for young entrepreneurs. Okay, it was really wonderful sharing with you guys and listening to all that was shared and learning from all the insightful conversations that happened in each of the breakout rooms. One of the things is that every room was very engaging and clearly interactive. And of course, I do wish we had more time, more work for the committee for the next sessions that we have. Breakout rooms need to have a little bit more time. One of the people in my breakout room also genuinely expressed that she's currently looking for people. So, and it gave me the idea to suggest, if you're also looking for a team member or a financier or something, maybe you could also put it in the comment section. For example, my name is Effie. I am in Women Empowerment, looking for a co-founder or looking for a social media strategist. You never know who is also in the meeting, and somebody could just reach out by sharing their LinkedIn page and you could definitely connect. With that said, I would like to pass over the session back to Carla and Hilary to guide us into the next step. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much, Effie, and I really believe that we are learning quite a lot from this part. So I would really invite again our speakers to share more about what they have they shared in their own breakout rooms, or even our participants, because we still have some time, and I believe that it's being quite insightful. So we're gonna restart again with the part of idea. Does someone else wants to share more thoughts about the idea? Maybe this time Daniela or someone else that wants to share. Nope. Not one? No one. Well, I will share what I learned about it. And Daniela was really focusing in the part that it's needed that yeah, that we sometimes fall in love with our idea, and it's good that we fall in love with our idea, because it means that we have passion to do it, but we don't have to fall in love that much that we cannot pivot it. That is so difficult to pivot it, and that we have to be comfortable with failure. And a failure means slash pivoting, but it's not really a failure, because it sometimes might look as a failure, but will lead you to a greater success. So and also that the ideas have to be sustainable, and that we don't need to be in a validation theater, that we just need to know that everybody, that all the feedbacks, because sometimes as an entrepreneur we always need good feedbacks from our clients, from our team, and all of this. And then we just pretend that our business idea is good, but the truth is that many times is not succeeding that much. So when we realize that that is not needed to be in a theater, then it's when we can start to see other opportunities to grow, to see other opportunities to collaborate, and what I really suggest is that it's important in the idea to really listen to our clients, because it's from whom we are going to get the main expertise. We believe that we are the experts, but no, the experts are the clients, because they know what they want. So it's needed that we have open ears to listen to them. So that's what I learned from Daniela regarding the idea. And now we're going to move back again with business model. So Oyuma.
Yes, we have Sahara and Gabriel. If anyone wants to speak, it's your time.
I can say something.
Yes, I'm here. Well, what I've learned by being an impact entrepreneur, because now that I'm almost finishing EMMIE, I'm not only like entrepreneur, you know, but let's see after graduation. The thing is that since the beginning, I am a co-founder of Upbring Living Walls. It's a company specialized in the design and construction of living vertical gardens. And with my co-founder, we share like our shared history about like our own values, our friendship itself. So to be like different from, to introduce a new product into like the customers, and also like to be different than any product that can like replicate us. We are sharing always our story of friendship, you know. We are like telling the story about the people and the community behind the product. In order, if they're going to choose a product, I'm going to choose because those values resonate with me. And believe me, you will find yourself in a kind of a contradiction when you're like start growing up. How can I keep like evolving? You know, how can I get like an investor, or how can I get like better an impact investor? Now, not an investor that just want like profitability, but also shares your value. Try to understand that the biggest asset in your company is the human capital. The human capital is the biggest asset that we can have. So try to connect your story, try to understand where you come from also, and remember that if you have like a physical product like Upring, that it doesn't have like so much scalability. In order to get some investors, try to add value on your product, you know, and just understand that you're going to also fail a lot more times than winning. But we need to understand that sometimes we win and sometimes we learn, but we never fails. So that's my short advice. And you are a storyteller beyond an impact entrepreneur.
Thank
have
you. And Sahar, I'm sorry, Carla.
Sorry, I want just to ask Gabriel to tell me what do you do when clients ask you for a discount, as you were saying in the chat. How have you managed that?
Yeah. It's really hard even because our product is like connected with high earners, you know. So what we try to develop is that we are getting out a little bit of our uh, main product that is like a system of vertical garden to start doing also like landscaping. Because if I'm going to do landscaping, I have another options and variations that it's impossible to somebody that cannot pay. I will say like the price right now, like 300 every square meters. It's impossible to say like, you know what, maybe in the future we're going to manage another system. No, we are architects. We need to develop like kind of solutions. But I'm not going to connect that with the main product that is like the vertical garden itself. I'm going to develop another strategy or maybe another kind of business model for that one. Not trying to mix, you know. So we have a more like simple, but it's a very good exercise in order to you just don't fall in love about your solution, because we need to plan solutions for everyone, you know. And well, that's I'm not saying like no, we cannot work with you. We cannot maybe do this vertical garden that is kind of more expensive, but we can think about together, you know. And it's crazy, but we are like starting to develop most like simple options vertical garden that is related with the customer in how we create this new product. So he's part of it. So in order to communicate that in the future, we're going to put also the customer as a main like pivot of these new strategies. So you make part of new strategies your own customers, you know. So that's also like a good technique that you can like try to introduce. But don't say no. That's the thing, you know. You need to be creative.
Before Sahar speaks, we have a raised hand. Gokul or Gokul, I don't know how to say your name. So yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm it's glad I'm part of this meeting. So I hope I'm not the only one who is not the cohort. I mean, who done already, who is not the EMMIE cohort. So yeah, I was very glad to see all you guys, the alumni getting together and being a part of this program and, representing again the program. Yeah. So my question is, I'm from India, so I'm a naturalist and an aspiring conservationist. Currently working on my initiative, which I started for conservation travel, because India is a country, it is a diverse country with diverse culture and all the different aspects of tourism. Recently, especially after post COVID outburst, the conditions of tourism is going worse and worse. So I'm being, a naturalist, the habit of observation, observing everything. Literally, I started this initiative. So I just wanted I wanted to connect with some of the people. I hope I already connected with Sagar Sarjan through LinkedIn, and I'm hoping to connect with many people who are present here through LinkedIn. So I wanted some suggestions some corrections in order to you know so yeah, so that is what my I wanted to tell. Thank you. Thanks for the.
Okay, we'll get to that when we get to the general Q&A, which is just going to be right after this session. And please stay tuned in and you will listen and learn all about EMMIE application and everything. Dearest Sahar, the floor is open to you. Please do share with us.
Something that I wanted to say, because our session kind of got interrupted and we couldn't continue, was I feel like most of us that we are in here. If we have a business, we are in a stage, we are earliest stage, and we are in a stage that we don't have that much credibility, in a sense that when you go to ask for money, go to through, first they look at your business model and everything, and then credibility. And my point is, we can make credibility by business model, and it's very important to have that in your hand when you're going, because we need to survive through what we have done, and we need money to survive and what we have done. And to get to that, we need that, again, validation. I talked in a session about knowing your stuff, knowing where you are right now, and having enough proof to show that you are there. It's very important, because most of the time we go there trying to gain attraction of the investors and out of the people, um, just by talking, which is very nice. I love that. It gets a lot of attention as well. But when we sat in the table to talk about real business, we kind of get stopped, because they ask, what is your business model and how you validated it? And that's why I want all of you to, when you think about it, know your stuff, that how you can show, prove that you have it all, and be like all of the documents, all of your interviews, all of your everything, have it in there, and know where you are and know where you're going. And believe me, the business model will change. It's going to pivot, it's going to be changed. I changed 7 times with the business model, and I'm sure in a year, if you ask me, my business model won't be this, but I know where the vision is. That's the important thing, that I believe in it. I was just want to finish this, and I will talk to the other people who wanted to know more about this, and we can connect later. That's it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sahar, for sharing that. Yes, business models are quite crucial, especially when you have to pitch. Carla and Hillary, or please go on.
Yes, so we have gone through the part of timing, we have gone to the part of business model idea, and I guess that funding is the part that is missing. If someone else from the breakout session related to funding wants to ask a question or share a highlight, feel free to do it.
And also somebody from Team Elizabeth, FIFA.
Can I go ahead with that?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, to sum it up the session, I would say that funding comes in all shapes and sizes, and you should not be just confining yourself to monetary funding, I would say. So for instance, apply to incubation centers, because that is going to open doors for you to connect and collaborate with other startups, because there are other startups in the ecosystem as well. So that is going to be a good learning opportunity for you to increase and enhance your skill set as well. And sometimes the funding does not comes in the form of perks. It comes in the form of digital perks, I would say. So for instance, when we applied for the Saudi-based accelerator programs, we actually got to secure the digital perks in the form of $24,000 in that kind of resources. So if you look at that, you are saving money on these premium resources. Otherwise, you would have to invest your own money in that. So funding should not be just your focus when it comes to grants. It should be the digital perks, the premium ones, and also it should be the mentorship that comes with it. Because even when you are starting as a founder, you don't need to experience everything on your own. It's better to learn from people who have already done that, and to not just waste your time and energy in navigating the trial and error stages of the process. So I would just say that be open to all kinds of funding, be it mentorship, networking, digital perks, and yeah, lastly, the non-dilutive funding in the form of crowdfunding, other resources as well. So yeah, with that, I will just pass it on to Hillary then.
Yes, thank you very much, Sarah. And I will just ask the audience if there is someone else that wants to add a highlight or wants to share something from what they have learned. Well, there's a comment that is from Valerie that this session was super insightful. Thank you, guys. I'm preparing to apply for the new EMMIE cohort, and I would love to connect. Thank you very much, Valerie. And someone else that wants to share something that they learned that they would like to know about the topic.
I want to say something, just as a closure also of this part to go to the next one. I've learned that timing is not about waiting for the perfect moment, but about preparing ourselves to recognize opportunities and daring to act, even if we are living in complete uncertainty, right? And maybe this exact moment right now, where we are here now, is the right time to plant a seed for our next impact story. And that is what EMMIE Day was launched for. So I really appreciate everybody being here, and we can go to the next part of the session, that's questions and answers, right, Hillary?
Yeah, sure. And I will just add that, as we said at the beginning, that there are these main key factors that were addressed in as the key success factors. But I also believe that every business has its own key factors, because also Bill in his video was saying that timing was the most important for him or for most of the companies. But we have seen that sometimes it's maybe the team, sometimes it's maybe the timing, sometimes it can be the idea and the business models. And also it depends on the period or of the business, because maybe at the beginning, the idea it's more important. Maybe then it's going to be the timing. So we just have to be, as an entrepreneurs, open to take in considerations all the factors that we need to that need to be addressed. And also, as I have said at the beginning, that we also need some other characteristics: to be humble, to be patient, to be to have wisdom and to have intelligence, to be able to run businesses that can impact the world that we are living in. So now, after saying this, we are moving to the part of questions and answers from participants.
Great. Thank you so much, Hilary. So we received close to 70 applications for the event, and almost 70 questions were received. But right now, this is more or less like a summary of the questions we got. And it's covered in 3 sections. The first one is on general entrepreneurship and success. And I'll be calling upon the EMMIE Alumni Committee and speakers for these sessions to answer some of the questions. So if you hear your name, please share a brief answer to the question that I will assign to you. So the first question is, what's a practical or actionable piece of advice you can give to someone who is just starting a business? Hilary, could you give a very short answer to that?
Yeah, sure. I believe there is needed discipline and to test. Yes, it's also something that I learned from our professors, and here is it. They are also Bernard. That it was just about testing, and if it doesn't work, then go again and try something else. Then go and listen to the people and pivot your idea as much as you can, because you just need a minimal viable product. It doesn't have to be super complex to start. Don't make it too difficult. And as simple ideas are usually the ones that lead to success. We don't need to find the solution for difficult things.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So Carla, please get ready for the second question. Could you share a time when you faced failure and what you learned from it?
Oof. I have been thinking all about success. No, it comes very related, right? Failure and success, one can't happen without the other one. I guess one failure was recently, like trying to test my marketing, my conscious marketing agency. It's all about testing. It's all about failing. So then, like I have been testing with very little clients, with persons that want to do their marketing, and they have like very purpose-driven entrepreneurships. But the thing was, in this experience, I had one client, and I didn't set like the right pricing from the beginning. And the thing is, with little, like with small businesses, they expect a lot from you, like to give everything you have, and they don't have a lot of money to pay. So then, like, not taking into account all the extra hours that probably this small business required was a failure, because at the end, what I had like I had agreed from the beginning of a price was very little compared to the value. But well, to everything I did in terms of time and the delivery. But however, it gave me a lot of insights on the perceived value of my job. At the end, he was not able to pay me more, but he recommended me to a next client. So then that was a good thing, a success after a failure. And I learned that if they can't pay you with money, probably they can pay you with in other ways, just as Sarah said, with the funding. And at the same time, now I am calculating probable extra hours with my next client, so the price is more fair.
Great. Thank you so much, Carla. So guys, let's keep it short and simple due to time. Sarah, could you answer the third question? How do you balance professional and personal life, especially while building a business?
Me?
Sarah,
Okay.
Okay, I think
Sarah or Sarah? Oh, sorry, Sarah. Go.
okay. I would say that we are deceived with this notion of balance. I don't agree with that. Either you focus on your personal life, on your business, and this is the reason where you need to learn to draw the line. You need to draw some boundaries, that what are you going to say no to? Because if you're going to say yes to everything, you're going to be not having enough time for any of the things, not just for your business, but for your personal life. So prioritize what you really want to do in your personal life, and especially in their business. And also this opens doors to decentralization of this idea that you can't do everything. So have people who you can easily rely on when it comes to businesses. And personal life, I would say, recharge yourself, design it in a way, because you have the full authority to do that, right? So design it in a way that it fully recharges you to pull all that energy back into your business. So if you learn to do that, I think it comes into perfect alignment. But I never would agree that you can ever balance that. You just need to draw some boundaries, I would just say.
Great. Thank you so much. Saha, I think you are ready for the first question on EMMIE program. So how has the EMMIE program helped shorten your path to success or growth?
Sorry, before that, I just saw that Anila said Sahar doesn't manage personal life. I was gonna say the same in this question before. I was gonna say that the balance between those are very, very, very hard. But about the shortening life, I think shortening the path to success or growth, I I feel like there is a path to success, and whatever tool we get in the past is just make us get there sooner. And EMMIE was one of the tools in our toolbox for me to get to this market. For example, I wanted to start this in Belgium, and EMMIE was the way to get there, and helped me with lots of network, with lots of good friends that I still have them in my life, and they are supporting me so much in the past. So I think EMMIE right now, after 1 year, is a support still.
Great, thank you so much. Oyuma, I guess you're still here. If you could answer the second question on how you're able to apply what you learned in the EMMIE program directly into your business.
Well, I will try, but as you might know, I'm not working on my business right now. I'm more focusing on my professional career in Europe. So, but as always, there are lots of things that we learn from the program. Especially, I think it comes to communicating with lots of diverse cohort from different nationality and the culture itself. I mean, I come from Mongolia, and then I used to like prefer working alone, independent, and not really like talkative and going into the group. So, but I learned a lot from my friends, from my peers, like especially in terms to have to navigate this different culture. And then, like I also we used to work in tasks and assignments in groups. So there were lots of opportunity to actually like to see how they are doing the things differently, how they are also thinking very differently. So I think this kind of soft skills, I would say, this kind of mindset is already maybe resonated already, maybe I'm applying, but also at the same times coming to Europe, studying and working, I learned one very important thing. Maybe this will also be related to how to balance professional and personal life. I learned a bit to actually balance having more time for mental care and physical. And I like coming from Mongol, I used to work a lot all the time over time, and then I tend to neglect my own time. So here it seems like Europe, it's more about also having spending time more with your friends, family, and at least not working on during a weekend. So these are the things I think I'm trying to also focus in my professional career and life. So there are lots of things that I learned throughout this journey, and I'm still learning.
Great, yeah. Thank you so much. Effie, could you answer this? What are the 3 most important things you wish you had done differently during the program?
One of the things would have was top of my list, experiment more. I think sometimes we came into the program with our ideas fixated, and it was very hard to go from the point of I know what I'm doing to I'm open to experimenting. The second thing is I would have embraced failure more, like tried and failed and learned from it. That is closely tied to the experimentation. I think that EMMIE provides us with sort of a safety net. We don't know it until we graduate, and then that's when you realize we really did have sort of a safety net. And I wish that I failed faster when I had the safety net, as opposed to now when I'm failing by myself. I'm not failing, but you understand what I mean. And the third thing is one thing that I learned from one of my cohort members, his name is Irendra, is he really networked. Sometimes I didn't even know if it was relevant to his business or anything, but he really did network. And I know it sounds cliche when you hear people saying your network is your net worth. It might sound cliche, but in the entrepreneurial space, it really is that. So given another chance, those are the 3 things I would do. I would experiment more, test a variety of ideas and a variety of alternative, even sometimes competing options. I would also fail faster, not spend 18 months testing one idea, very scared to fail, and then also really build on that network. So that's it.
Okay, great. I think I'll answer the last question. What was the single most impactful decision you made after completing the EMMIE program? I would say going back home to really implement what I learned, right? It might sound scary, but it worked for me because I was able to implement hands-on, talk to people, talk to clients, implement some of the ideas I got from the program, and it was really impactful. We're able to make a lot of money, raise funding also, and network very largely, right? So don't be scared to really implement your idea or solution back home because you're there to make an impact, and why not just do it, right? So that's one of the most impactful decisions I made after the EMMIE program. Moving on to the last batch of questions, maybe Elizabeth, if she's on the call, if you could answer this. How did you go from having an idea to taking a concrete action?
Thank you, Rome. So, for that, in terms of taking concrete actions, we did lots of small experiments. Like we dub them as pilot projects to test actually to see what works and how we tweak the ideas or how to reintroduce new products and services. And that one has helped us in terms of introducing different products and also services and integrating it into our company. So the thing with an idea, if you think a lot about it, it ends up becoming irrelevant. But if you take action and pilot with small group of people to test it, faster you can get faster feedback and see what next. Thank you.
Thank you. Gabriel, I guess this is for you. What are your fears about the project you're building and how do you plan to address them?
Well, when I think about like fears itself, I have a lot of them, but the thing is how to manage uh, that the outcome will be a process of learning. And of course, I EMMIE is like, if I'm going to talk a little bit, just a short introduction about my case of EMMIE. EMMIE is the validation that having the fear, uh, the order, like, in order to success, you need to have like the freedom of failing. So I stopped like being fear of failing and just try and just like improvise and have another application and I have another rejection until I got the chance to be accepted by EMMIE, you know. So EMMIE is kind of the, no matter like how many fears you have like ahead, there's another better opportunity for you, as EMMIE was for me, because all my entrepreneur kind of master programs attempts were specific on being an architect. You know, there were like urbanism or landscaping. Everything was applying specifically to what I was doing before. But EMMIE was like a multidisciplinary kind of approach to entrepreneurship itself. So it was not the master program I was looking for. It was the right one for me. So when it comes about like fears about the project I'm developing right now with Green, especially, is that, you know, I should have the fear to lose kind of the connection with my values and the people behind it, you know, because I'm in search of profitability so far, even 8 years by being entrepreneur. You know, I'm in search to like, you know, have the next step and maybe an investor. But if I'm going to get an investor, it has to be resonate with the values and the people behind I'm working on. You know, I just not want to leave my team behind because shareholders in the future they want like more results and everything, you know. Just have, maybe I do like vertical gardens, but I want to start like growing up like horizontally, you know, because vertically usually you don't have like a background like plan, you know, about because even if you're going to order like, you know, success or even like being a successful financially speaking entrepreneur, how do you manage with that, you know, by bringing all your people with you at the same time? So my fear is about how to manage the next stages, you know, of learning and also like success, that not to lose yourself while you're like growing up, you know. that's the kind of fear I have. But we only fear like the unknown, and we need to embrace the unknown, you know. And after EMMIE, maybe I have like more tools in order to address the unknown.
Great, great. Thank you for sharing. Daniela, could you answer this question if you can? Looking at the projects you have created, how do you see yourself and your life changing in the future?
Absolutely. I think that it's definitely changing how I see myself and my life completely, given that I need to be able to understand the following. I have to first detach myself from the result of my business, given that as entrepreneurs, this is something that usually happens in the sense that we relate our success to the success that the business has. And that can be damaging for us in a way, because let's remember that entrepreneurship is a roller coaster. So in the same way that we're going to have really great days in which we're going to be really successful, of course there are going to be other days in which we're going to not be that successful. So it's really important that we understand that in this process we have to detach ourselves from the result, but at the same time thinking about the fact that you have to constantly think in creating or becoming the person that is the right person to lead your project. So I think that's something that has pushed me to the maximum levels of everything has been entrepreneurship itself, because I'm in the constant state of thinking, how can I become my best self? Not only in business aspects, but also personally, mentally, emotionally. I feel that that's the only way you're going to be able to lead a group of people in the best way possible to achieve success. And in the sense of my life, I would say that um, in general, and I also agree 100% with what Sarah was mentioning in regards to our balance between professional and personal life. I would say at this moment, talking about balance is a bit contradictory for me, right? Because as Sarah mentioned, we cannot say yes to everything and expect we're going to have the same results. For me, I'm aware that I have to sacrifice a lot of things, but not looking at it as a sacrifice, but rather as an investment, or thinking about our opportunity cost, right? I know that I'm going to be investing my time in going all in for this for the following 3 years, but I know that in 3, 4, 5 years, I know that I'm going to be able to achieve what I'm aiming for, right? So I think that that's the way my life is changing, is understanding that if I want real results, I need to put in real effort and real commitment. Because if I do it halfway, I'm going to have halfway results. So if I'm in business, I need to go all in. But it depends as well. It depends on your personal approach. Because for me, I'm that type of person. I go all in, if that makes sense. Like I need to lock in. And if I don't lock in, nothing happens. But you can, maybe you are good at personal balance, right? I'm not. I'm not. I'm trying to figure that out, but I guess that's entrepreneurship, right? We're constantly trying to to be better. So I would say that.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you guys for the questions and also for sharing your answers to the entire group. I know it's a lot, right? But it's a very short session, and the next one will be way better. I'll call upon Hilary for the final feedback and highlights. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for everyone for joining. We're really pleased to see you all, people that are from other cohorts, and that we were able to manage an event to put together the 3 cohorts and maybe even the 4th one. I don't know if there are still some people that are joining already from cohort 4. And yes, and I also want to first thank this team of the alumni committee that was able to manage this event, even if it's from different countries. Arome is in Nigeria, I'm in Mexico at the moment, and the rest is in Spain and Belgium. So we managed it. So thank you very much. And as well as an entrepreneur project that is important, the team. I want to say thank you to my team, and thank you also for this idea of coming up to join everyone here. And of course, we cannot live without saying thank you to the program, to the 3 universities that were able to put this together. First is SESHEM. I think Ivia is somewhere in there. So thank you, Ivia. ISM. Also thank you to HSLiesh. thank you, Bernard, and a special thanks to Bernard, who has been our mentor these years. And I guess that we were commenting in a group chat at the moment that we are really pleased to have you as a mentor, and that still your learnings are impacting us in every thing that we do, even if it's in our entrepreneurial life or in our personal life, it's impacting us. So thank you very much for having this initiative of doing, and this vision of doing a master that could impact the world, because I believe that it's really doing it. I was thinking that I would never imagine to be speaking in front of people from so many countries in this type of a station. Is a lot because of you. So thank you very much, Bernard, from all the team and from all the people that are joining. And we would like to ask you want to say some words to the audience, Bernard? If not, it's also okay.
I was not planning to do this, but just to say a big thanks to this to the team that organized all this, that makes this possible. And for me, my big motivation, my big satisfaction is to see you all over there sharing these great ideas and hopefully, you know, pushing the network of change makers, entrepreneurs bigger and bigger and bigger, so that we have a real impact on this very strange world we are living in. So thanks again for all of you.
Thank you, Bernard. And now we will move to 5 minutes meditation time with Bernard. Just kidding here. Even the people are suggesting. For the people that don't know, this joke is because every time that we had classes with Bernard, we will start with 5 minutes meditation. And I believe that it was really needed to calm down and to really focus in the topic. But it's also a learning that we have from Bernard. And yeah, well, we will just wrap up saying thank you also to all the participants for being here, and we hope to, well, we don't hope, but we will continue doing more sessions like this, so we can continue growing this entrepreneurial ecosystem. So if someone else has any other question, they are free to ask it super fast, and if not, thank you very much to everyone.
Bye. Before closing, guys, I have one request. Can you turn on your camera and so that I can take some screenshot about this very nice session? Thank you. Just few more and then it will be over. Thank you. I see Damilara Talabi, Vezakiani, and Java. Perfect. I'm taking 1, 2, 3, smile. Wait, I didn't smile. Nice. Wait. And one more. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, everybody.
Stay connected.
Yes, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.